I might be the only one who's ever felt this way, but I have felt unchosen a lot of different times. And I don't know where or when anyone watching this may have felt that way. But what I do know is that it's a lie. I know that feeling like I am unchosen or you are unchosen is not true. I've just seen this play out over and over again in my life and the lives of people I love, in the lives of people that I may not see or talk to as much anymore, but they're a part of my story. And the enemy really wants us to believe that we are unchosen. And there might be times when we're not chosen for something specific. Like I remember growing up, I spent a lot of time in music and in theater, and there were a lot of times where I wasn't chosen for a specific role or a specific part. And that makes sense, right? Like, oh, the person needs to be taller, or the person needs to have a certain color hair, or the person needs to have a different acting range or vocal range. And that's just not like your gifting, or however you would say that. But the truth of the matter is that's a lot easier to swallow than feeling unchosen in life or in a relationship. And just over the course of the last couple of months, I've thought a lot about like the difference in how I receive that and how other people receive that. And I've noticed a difference between like my boys and my daughter and me and my husband. And I've noticed that with men or boys, being unchosen has more to do with like capability. So for men, it might be for work or for a promotion or for a specific job, or to feel unchosen by not being able to get a job or by losing a job, that what they have to give isn't enough, like who their skills, their abilities aren't enough. But what I've noticed with me and my daughter and other women in my life, that it says more, the lie speaks more about who I am. Like who I am is not enough. I can get behind like the role wasn't for me and it was better for somebody else, but there's a good role for me out there. Like I get all that, but to say that I as a person am not chosen is more about who I am, not what I have to give, if that makes sense. So I don't know if that resonates with you or if you have any thoughts about that, but I just look back on my life on times that were most hurtful, that it took most time to process, and it was more like not about my contribution, but about who I am as a person. And I remember I rushed sorority twice. Why? I don't know. I do know, but why? I don't know. But I never joined one. And I just remember the first time I kind of did the thing where I chose one, and if they didn't choose me, then I was out, and that's what happened. And I remember like knowing it was okay, like in my head, but feeling super crushed and feeling like this is the first time in my life that somebody looked at me as a person and said, you I don't like you. I don't want you, not for a certain role or for a certain whatever, but like relationship with you is not something that I want. And now, not having been in a sorority, I do know that there's a method in how that goes. So it was a lie that a specific person had some vendetta against me. And if they did, oh well. But at the time, it felt like a whole group of people that I really wanted to spend time with really didn't like me. Not that I couldn't contribute or didn't contribute or someone else could, but that it was me. And And I feel like for men, they're less concerned with that and more concerned with, do I have something to offer? Do I have something to contribute? And saying that you can't contribute would be worse than saying, I don't like you. I could be wrong, but I've just tried to parent my boys from my experience, and I've tried to parent my daughter from my experience, and my husband has done the same. And that's just one thing that I feel like keeps coming up. Like, maybe the boys will never understand why it's so crushing to feel like I am not enough. And maybe we will never understand why they don't seem to care that much if they as a person aren't chosen, but if they're not chosen for a specific job or a role, it's worse. So I don't know if any of this makes sense, but for me, it encourages me because I know that I was made uniquely and on purpose, and to fill a certain need in relationships, and how I'm made matters, and I am chosen. I was, I am, and I will be. And so are you, and so is everyone, male, female, boy, girl, it doesn't matter. The lie that I am not chosen is a lie. And the lie that I have to change to be chosen is a lie. And oftentimes we make our understanding the ultimate understanding. So if I don't understand it, then that means you're wrong and I'm right. And I just don't think that's true. I can't unpack all the nuances that would be tangled up in that. But at least for this, I've been able to look at my sons and my daughter and say, we're all right. Like, if it feels like you're unchosen, then what you're experiencing is a lie, and the truth is you are chosen. You were, you are, and you will be forever. So agreeing with the lie is really the only thing that can get us tripped up. So if you're agreeing with that lie, try disagreeing with it and see what you can deconstruct and reconstruct the truth if you are chosen in its place. But comment. I'm clearly still kind of trying to process and articulate it myself, so love to hear what you have to say.